Hello everyone, this is Lalita ma'am and welcome to my channel Mastermind. Today I have come up with the class 9th physics chapter 1 motion, the important topic graphs. Okay, so in today's video we are going to discuss about position time graph, that is which is also known as distance time graph, and as well as displacement time graph. Okay, so if you have already watched the previous videos, then it will be easier for you to understand this, and if you have not, then I would recommend you to first go and watch the previous videos from the playlist link which is given in the description of the video, and then you continue watching this video. And so why to delay, let us start the today's topic, position time or distance time graph. Position time or distance time graph. Now, before we understand what is position time graph or distance time graph, let us first try to understand what is graph. Okay, now how this graph will be useful while studying motion. Now, the example of graph which you have seen, if you watch the cricket match, you might have seen different graphs in this. Okay, suppose this is like x-axis and this is y-axis, and on x-axis let us say 1 over, 2 overs, 3 overs, 4 overs and 5 overs. Suppose this graph represents the cricket match for 5 overs. So in 1 over the team has scored 10 runs. In 2 overs it has scored 15 runs. Then in 3rd over, after 3 overs the score was, let us say, 22. Then after 4 overs, let us say the score was 30, and after 5 overs, let us say the score of the team was 40 runs. Okay, so in 5 overs on x-axis, these are the overs, and on y-axis, runs covered or scored. So in 1 over, 10 runs, so from 1 from here and 10 from here, this will be, this point represents runs scored in 1 over. Then in 2nd over, if it is like 15, okay, then 3rd over again it is like 22, something like that. Then 4th over it is about like 30, then it is 40. So when you join this line, you can see the graph, this line which is changing the curve or position, this line represents the total runs scored by the team in different overs. So in the same way, when you are talking about motion and when you represent motion in this way, in graphical manner, by plotting like time on the x-axis and position or the distance covered on y-axis, then that graph is known as distance time graph. So let us explore more about distance time graph. So now let us understand distance time graph with the help of the given data. For example, the motion of an object is given as time and distance. At 0 seconds, the distance covered was 0. Then in 1 second, it was 3. Then after 2 seconds, it was again 3. Then after 3 seconds, again it was at 3. Then after 4 again it was at 3. Okay, now this is 0. The point of intersection of x-axis and y-axis is 0. Now here on x-axis we are going to represent time, and on y-axis we will represent the distance. So this is 1, 2, 3 and 4, and this is 1, 2, 3, 4. So after 1 it is 3, after 2 again it is 3, after 3 again it is 3, and after 4 again it is 3. So if you join this line, then what does it show? It shows that the object is not moving, the object is not changing its position. So can we say that the object is at rest? So if we get a graph, straight line parallel to x-axis, then if we get the graph is in such a way that it is parallel to x-axis, then such type of motion is known as actually no motion, that is the object is at rest. It represents the object at rest. Okay? When can you say that the object is at rest? When the graph is a straight line parallel to the x-axis. Now let us understand the other type of motion by the graph. Now the second type of graph, for that suppose T is for time, S is for distance. In 0, 0, in 1 it is 2, then in 2 seconds 4, then in 3 seconds 6, then in 4 seconds it is 8. So let us plot the graph for it. This is x-axis, this is y-axis. This is the point of intersection of x and y-axis, that is 0. Now this is 1, this is 2, this is 3 and this is 4. Here it is 2, this is 4, this is 6, let us say this is 8. So after 1 it is 2. Now this point is for second, again this point is for third, and for after 4 seconds let us say the object covers distance of 8. Now if you join these lines, so you will get a straight line inclined to this time axis. Okay, it is inclined to time axis. So when you get a straight line, inclined to time axis, then what does it mean? It means after every 1 second the body is covering equal distance. When a body covers equal distance in equal interval of time, then we have already studied that that type of motion is uniform motion. So this represents uniform motion, or we can say constant speed. The body is moving at constant speed, or we can say that it is uniform motion. So this is uniform motion. Okay. So now let us quickly revise the two graphs. If the position time graph is a straight line parallel to x-axis, then this type of motion is actually, we can say that the object is at rest. And if the graph is a straight line inclined to the time axis, then this type of motion is known as uniform motion, or the object is said to be moving with constant speed. Now, how to calculate the slope of the graph? I will tell you now to find the slope of the graph. Now, in this graph, if you plot some values, like this is 1, 2, 3, and this is like 2, 4, and this is 6. So, point 1 is here. Point 2 is here, and point 3 is here. Now, this slanted line has a slope. So, how to find mathematically that slope? This finding of slope will be useful in solving the numericals. Okay. Now, suppose, let us say this is point D, this is point E, and this is point F. So, if you are finding the slope of this line, it means slope of this DF of, or if you are finding the slope of OF, both have same meaning. So, y2 minus y1 upon x2 minus x1 means y coordinates and x coordinates. So, here 1, this point D has coordinates 1 and 2. It has x coordinate 1 and y coordinate 2. And point F has x coordinate 3 and y coordinate 6. So, this is x1, x2, y1, y2. So, y2 minus y1 will be 6 minus 2. x2 minus x1 will be 3 minus 1. So, that is 4 upon 2, that is 2. And as you know, on x-axis this is time and this is distance. So, y2 minus y1 will give you distance and x2 minus x1 will give you time. So, this unit of distance is meter and unit of time is second. So, 2 meters per second, and this 2 meters per second is actually the speed of this object. So, from position time graph or distance time graph, you can easily tell or you can easily find the speed of any object. Okay. So, I hope this topic is clear to you. Now, with the next topic, I will come with the next video. Until then, bye-bye.